child is even up to 10 years old, but is under a certain weight, it's a kid seat. If you're in a motorcycle, you have to have that helmet. So the state is, we could call it paternal maybe, and there's benefits to it, right? It keeps us safe and keeps us, but there's burdens too of, I want to go out on my Harley without, not that I have a Harley, but if I had one, I'd want to go out, take my helmet off and just go riding.
I don't know. It's kind of the eternal question, you know, what role does government play in making sure you're safe? I mean, granted, they do have a stake in it. You know, if someone was falling off their bike and splitting their head open, then the ambulance has to come, maybe the medevac helicopter.
Right.
So there is kind of that public
it's
element.
That balance again, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think I can answer that question. I don't think anyone can. You know, they talk about, you know, we don't need gun control, we need stupid control. I mean, a lot of things consist of, you know, stupid control, and how do you do that? I don't know. Yeah,
okay.
So.
The stories that you are working on now, tell us a little, just preview.
A little preview. Well, we have some trials coming up. I don't want to opine too much on things coming up, you know, but yeah, there are various trials coming up in that the summertime's a very slow time. A lot of vacations, things like that. But there are some cases stemming back from '06, et cetera, that should be coming up for jury selection now. So everyone who has jury duty be warned. But yeah, so those are coming up, and just it's kind of day to day, really.
Well, tell us about your day to day when you have stories that you're preparing. Obviously, I've been in court numerous times, and there are times I get in and out in a half hour, and then there are times where I'm there for a really long time.
Yeah, that's.
And for me, it's okay because I get to bill by the hour. But I'm thinking about you. If you have to go into court, you want to get a story and you want to get out.
Sure.
I mean, how long do you sit there waiting to hear the pudding case?
Sometimes a long time. I mean, pudding case, that was just happenstance, and that happens a lot. There's a benefit to just being there.
Right.
You hear things, you develop relationships, sources, you get more tips. But yeah, sometimes there is something specifically I want to see, and I have to be there at 9 because it may very well happen at 9, but it won't happen until 12:30.
So you just sit.
So I'm just sitting there, and hopefully, you know, something else of interest. I might take some notes on some other cases, things like that. I check the lawsuits every day. You know, there's a certain regimen I do every day. So yeah, I just have to wait it out, and you know, that's early on one of the things I realized. You know, you hurry up and wait. That's just the way court is. You hear the grumblings of the other people who are also waiting for theirs. But you know, you have to wait till everyone's ready.
Do you have some legal education, or do you know when you're looking at documents that, okay, so this is a case information statement, this is a motion, this is a civil matter, this is a criminal matter?
Sure. I mean, I don't have any.
Up on it?
I don't have any formal education, no. But obviously, on the job training. I started back in June 2006. I've been on the same beat for 3 years now. So just in doing it, you get used to, you know, reading court opinions, knowing the different stages. I think a lot of people, you know, a layperson isn't going to think about all the pretrial motions and getting all your ducks in a row before trial. They think of, you know, arraignment and trial. You know, they watch TV and that's what they think about, and I think that's a major misconception. You know, I've probably covered less than 10 trials in my 3 years there at the Herald, because not many things go to trial. So you get used to expecting certain things, like a motion to suppress a motor vehicle stop as illegitimate. You get used to expecting those kind of things. So I kind of know that now. It took, you know, several months, probably about 3 months before I got, you know, a healthy rhythm on the job. But since then, you know, you see the patterns and you know what's going on.
The trials that you do cover often take not only time, but they take breaks. In other words, Your Honor, I would like a continuance in order to go get a new discovery or Do you find it hard to follow it through, because it could take years from start to finish, and maybe the readers lose interest because something more exciting came up?
Yeah, you do have to think about whether it's worth showing up every single day for it. That's what I have to think about usually, and it does often take anywhere from 3 to 6 weeks, maybe longer. So you have to work with your editor and talk about whether it's worth being there every day, and because the main concern for me is by being there, I'm stuck there and I can't do other things.
Right.
I can't help colleagues cover other stories, etc. So that's the main concern from my end. But sometimes a trial is worth seeing every bit, and I think readers like to pick up on it and just follow the chain. I know I've seen at least one guy. He's a local bus driver. 2 different trials he just showed up because he wanted to watch. He was reading about it. He found it interesting, and he wanted to see the legal system in action. So, there's an effect where the public is interested and they come to experience it for themselves.
Well, talking about the legal system in action, I know you're not an attorney, but you've been around for a while. And I know my personality in areas that I have absolutely no expertise. I have pretty strong opinions. Like, you should do this. This is the kind of surgery you should do. This is the kind of counseling you should get.
Sure.
This, you just kind of think that you know some stuff that perhaps you don't know. Do you ever sit in a courtroom and think, wow, that lawyer should have objected, or there should have been a motion? What's wrong with this?
There are times, and it's not that I think I know more than that person. It's just, you're kind of out there. You're not up on the stage, if you will, and you're just kind of observing. You see the judge saying something like, well, what are you trying to say here? And I think I know what he's trying to say, but he doesn't. You know? So, I mean, there are moments like that, because just, attorneys are still people, and everyone has a different personality, and it's like, don't do that, man, don't do that, But because I'm there every day, I know how the judge is probably thinking. So there are moments like that.
As an attorney sitting in the courtroom, because I don't always get to go first, I have the opportunity to see other counselors, and there are times where wow, that's really good lawyering. I'm impressed. I think that was a thoughtful and cogent argument that was presented in a respectful manner to the court, and it persuaded me. And then there are other times I'm thinking, are you really a lawyer?
Yeah.
And I'm sure the same happens for you.
Yeah, it is good to see, lawyers stay grounded, but at the same time go to bat for their client. You don't want to see a lawyer who just kind of shows up, There are ones, who will go to bat for the client, but, keep it in check and be respectful of the court, and I think that's the right balance to have.
It's also a balance in the sense of being an aggressive advocate for your client, but remembering that advice that I got. The other side is not your enemy. The other side is your adversary, and that means that you agree to disagree agreeably. You have a certain decorum that you participate in and be respectful of the process. We only have a few minutes left to our show. It went very quickly. Do you have any closing comments you'd like to share with our audience about your paper, about the articles that you do, about anything you want to share on your perspectives regarding the law?
Sure. It's just that it's a pleasure working at the Herald. It's a good environment there, and just that I think it is a very important source for Sussex County, because so much has been going on in the industry. Different places are pulling back, and I think it is a very important industry for the people, even though it's going through its troubles right now. And I think it's important for people to stay engaged. A lot is going on with paper switching saddles. Everyone in the media industry is trying to find a way to deliver their product electronically, and it's a lot of turmoil, but I hope people still stay engaged and read us every day, no matter what form it is. So,
thank you very much for joining us, sharing your information. And thank you for watching LawTalkToday.tv. I'm Dan Agatino, your host. Please tune in again.